A third Russian airbase was on fire Tuesday in a drone strike, a day after Ukraine demonstrated a new ability to penetrate hundreds of kilometers into Russian airspace with attacks on two airbases. Officials in the Russian city of Kursk, not far from Ukraine, released images of black smoke over an airstrip in the early hours of Tuesday morning after the latest attack. The governor said a fuel depot there was engulfed in flames but no one was injured. All this came a day after Russia confirmed it had been hit by what it said were Soviet air drones at Engels Air Base, which also hosts Russia's fleet of giant nuclear bombers, and in Ryazan, a few hours outside of Moscow. Kyiv did not claim responsibility for the attacks, but it did not hide its satisfaction with them. If Russia assesses that the incidents were deliberate attacks, it will likely consider them the biggest strategic failures of its defense forces since the invasion of Ukraine, the British Ministry of Defense said on Tuesday. The Russian chain of command will likely seek to identify and impose even tougher sanctions on Russian officials deemed responsible for allowing the incident, she added. The Russian Defense Ministry said 3 members of the military had been killed in the attack in Ryazan. Although the attacks hit military targets, it considers them terrorism and said the aim was to damage its military aviation. U.S. newspaper The New York Times, citing a Ukrainian official, said the drones involved in Monday's attacks were launched from Ukrainian territory and that at least one of the attacks was carried out with the help of special forces near the base. Ukraine has never accepted responsibility for attacks inside Russia. Asked about the attacks, Ukrainian Defense Minister Alexei Reznikov repeated an earlier joke that explosions at Russian bases were caused by careless soldiers smoking cigarettes where they shouldn't. All too often, Russians they smoke cigarettes in places where this is prohibited, he said.